Hi guys, welcome back. If you haven't checked out my entire Chanel collection video, I highly recommend to check it out. After buying Chanel bags for more than 10 years, I got asked a lot of questions about Chanel bags, different material, style, hold the value, what the investment, all these questions. So I figured it will be very helpful to do a video to share everything that I know with you guys. Here are the most important 11 things that you need to know before you're buying your Chanel bag. Without any further ado, let's just get started. A lot of people say, oh my god, you gotta have to invest in a Chanel bag. Chanel bags is all investment. Totally wrong. If you buying any seasonal bags or non-classic style, any seasonal bags that they come out every different season, they don't hold a value at all. Usually when you resell these seasonal bags in the second-hand market, you lose a lot of money. These bags are heavily discounted, especially after you use it. Also, some super special bags, like super expensive, you see them listed as price upon request. Those bags are not necessarily selling good price either. The other type of Chanel bags are not selling good price, are like discontinued bags. They usually are not doing very well on the second-hand market. I have some personal experiences that my grand shopping tote, Chanel GST, is a really nice tote, but when it comes to secondhand resale, because the bag is discontinued, so actually I paid for more than 3,000 when I bought the bag, but if I need to resell the bag, I can only get maybe half of the price back. Other style bag like Chanel boy bags, they're actually not doing that well on the second-hand market. Generally speaking, if you want to hold the value, the ones that are doing the most are like classic flap, these square, rectangular. Basically, you can't go wrong with the classic series because they're always available every season. Maybe the colors are a little different, but the style is there. Because they're so classic, Chanel tend to increase their prices. They tend to hold the value the best if you want to consider about hold the value. I have a friend ask me that, oh, hold the value doesn't mean that I buy a Chanel bag today and I'm selling it tomorrow, I'm gonna make a profit. Absolutely no. Doesn't mean that if you buy it today and sell it tomorrow, you're gonna make any money. Hold the value means that you really need to hold on to the bag for a few years. Few other things that you have to take into consideration is when you resell this bag, the condition of your bag after you use it really matters. If the bag has color transfer, the corner wear, all these things already, the price is gonna be heavily discounted. Another thing take into consideration is when you resell, depends on how you resell, right? If you sell with all these secondhand retailers online, they will do everything for you, take a picture for you and all these things, and you can save a lot of hassle, but they take a huge cut from your selling. You're gonna give them a huge part of your bag, so you might end up losing money. Even you selling online yourself, you still need to pay a small percentage of fee, and this is some overhead you need to take into consideration. What hold value means is like really as the price increase over the years, that if you really hold on to the bag and take care of the bag, and when you resell the bag, you will be able to make your money back or even make a little bit money. It just means that Chanel bag compares to all these other brands, they hold the value better. Man, I miss the good old days when Chanel price used to be so much cheaper in the Europe, and there's a desire for me to go to Paris to buy a Chanel bag, or every time when I'm there I always want to buy Chanel bag. But nowadays with the exchange rate and constant price increases in Europe, it's just so crazy. There's not much price difference anymore. What Chanel is trying to do is they want to make sure that globally they have the same price, so people don't need to travel to somewhere else to get cheaper price, resell, something like that. Price increase is definitely very crazy. If you watched my classic flap price video, you will know that I bought my first Chanel bag more than 10 years ago, and at that time I only paid 2,600 plus tax for my medium to large classic flap, where nowadays it costs 6,500 to buy the same bag. If you really love this bag and if you're gonna get it anyways, you might just get it sooner rather than later. A lot of people have different opinion on this one. One thing to keep in mind is if you want to use this bag every single day, you might want to get Caviar because they are more carefree, less have to worry about the bag. And if you want to get this bag just as a special occasion, you're not gonna wear it every day, but maybe once in a while, then you can get lambskin. Lambskin is really nice. It's the ultimate luxurious feeling. If you want to consider about a resale value, I could tell you, generally speaking, Caviar leather does better than the lambskin on the secondhand market. The leather is more sturdy itself. Also because over the years after people use it, Caviar leather is definitely more durable. I remember how funny that one time I went back to visit my friends in NYC. I was in this super popular secondhand store. I was just browsing around. The manager was giving their staff a training on how Caviar leather and lambskin do for Chanel bags on the secondhand market, and the manager said that you guys should remember Caviar leather always do better selling higher prices than lambskin on the secondhand market. It totally makes sense, right? After many years of wear, even the same wear, and they show less sign of wear on the Caviar leather. So I could totally see that Caviar leather is reselling higher on the secondhand market compared to lambskin. If you want to consider resale value, this is something that you should take into consideration as well. But of course, if you want the ultimate luxurious feeling of the leather, then feel free to go with lambskin. This one, I definitely had a very bad experience. So I tried to find a picture for you guys, but this is before I started a blog, so I couldn't find a picture anymore. Basically, I had a red Chanel bag before and I got color transfer. It was really bad. It was not necessarily from my jeans. It was from all the different clothes that I was wearing. In the end, the red bag just turned into a black bag. I remember it was so ridiculous, and I wore it back to Shanghai and visit my parents, and they saw this Chanel bag for the very first time. They're like, oh my god, it's so bad, it's in such bad condition. And in the end, I just had to let it go. Definitely it could happen. You need to really be careful about it. You have to make sure like your jeans are not rub on it, especially with light color bags. It could really happen. All I'm saying is just you need to be careful. You can wear light colored clothes. I didn't have any color transfer issue with the newer bags that I got for those light color bags, but I did have problem with that red bag I had in the past. This is something could totally happen. I definitely had a bad experience on this one. I had to return this one Chanel bag that I bought in the past that had a strap issue. What I meant is, you know how two straps supposed to be like connected together like this way, but somehow the end of the strap sewed it this way, so they're not connected right. I can't fix it. I took it back and they think it's quality issue. They took it back. The other issue that I had is the stitching on my shoulder strap popped within 1 year that I purchased this bag. I took back to the store. They had to fix it for me. The lesson here is that sometimes the quality could be inconsistent. You're thinking about that, you're paying so much money for an expensive bag, right? You really have to examine the bag, like the corners, all the wears, the stitching, and the back, and just make sure everything is really good lined up before you purchase this bag. Every season's color and material is so different, although they're all called a Caviar leather, but the quality definitely feels very different. So for this one, I highly recommend you guys like go into the store and feel the leather instead of just order with your sales associate before seeing the bag. I had experienced a few seasons and I thought that the bag was really pretty, but after I touched the bag, I just felt that the Caviar leather quality does not feel very well or very sturdy. So definitely make sure that you check out the bag before you buy. I don't know the situation with your city. I remember when I used to live in NYC and there like always way more stock, and every season when the popular new bags came out, NYC always get a few at least that there's always stock available. But after I moved to San Francisco, I noticed that every season pretty bag is out. It's not necessarily available in the store. Like if you really want it, that you have to put your name down on the wait list and give them your credit card, especially nowadays with the style like rectangular mini or square mini, because everybody wants one. So what you should do is talk to your sales associate to find out what's coming next season, and once they know that they should have a wait list, you should ask to be put down on the wait list and give them your credit card, so that when a bag is available that you have higher chances of getting it. If the bag that you want is super popular, it's less likely you're gonna walk in the boutique and you're able to get that bag without a waiting list. Double flap tend to hold the shape better than single flap, because a lot of single flap bags in the secondhand market, you can see that the top of the bag became like a triangle shape after many years of wear, where double flap still maintain a really good shape. For the minis, I don't see any problem with that. It's because usually minis are pretty small, so small bags does not have any issue with that. If you try to get medium to large or jumbo, you should definitely go for double flap. This one I had experience too, because as I mentioned earlier, I need to fix the stitching, so I sent my bag in. So generally speaking, Chanel no longer fix any bags that are older than 5 years, but they will tell you that if the bag is over than 5 years, they still ask you to go into the store, make an appointment, and they can check it out for you, and they will try their best to fix it for you as a courtesy, as great customer service. But the problem is that a lot of times, because the color and material are only available certain season, so after many years they might not have the same stitching, like the color of stitching, to fix the issue for you anymore. They're gonna try, but they can't guarantee anything. So for any repair, the best thing to do is still to make an appointment and take your bag in and try to let them give you your assessment. They will tell you if it's free of charge, or they will give you a quote. Usually if they take the bag in, then it takes about 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes could be longer if there a lot of work needs to be done. It could also be shorter if they finish it faster. My essay said that they will always try their best to fix any quality issue, because they are taking like the quality seriously. So the best thing to do is really to take your bag into the local boutique if you experience any issues. One thing I have to say is that Chanel bag is really expensive. I do think they have one of the best customer service compared to a lot of other brands. That's all for the video today. Definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if this is helpful. Please like my video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.